Today I would like to introduce my tiny camper van. Since I like skiing, I bought this camper van equipped with Webasto air heater, FF heater. The base car is Daihatsu Atre delivery van, which is a Kei-class delivery van with a 660cc turbocharged engine. In the following scenes, I speak in Japanese and I added English dubbing afterwards. So I'm sorry that the English speech doesn't perfectly matches the visuals in the video. Today I would like to introduce my car. This is Daihatsu Atre, Daihatsu Atre 4-wheel drive. As you can see, there is a bed in the rear space. This is built by camper builder Meteor in Saitama prefecture. The price of the base car is around $12,000 and this camper Rakuneru costs $24,000, so the price becomes double when converted into a camper van. The camper builder removed the ceiling and the doors and then installed insulation into the ceiling and the doors. They also fitted custom wooden storage furniture inside. There is also a refrigerator in that compartment. There is also a 100 ampere-hour sub-battery under the bed. The sub-battery is charged by the alternator of the car. External AC input power terminal at the back, which is optional. This price list indicates optional equipment, so these optional equipment are removed, the price will be lower. This is $1,300 window with mesh. If all of these optional equipment were removed, then the price would be around $5,000 lower than this price. The bed in this camper van is designed to accommodate people up to 180 centimeters tall. That's 5 feet 11. I'm 170 centimeters tall. That is 5 feet 7. So I can sleep straight comfortably. There's about 10 centimeters of extra space at my feet. There is an extension panel available, but I don't use the extension panel. The FF heater is located under the bed. I prefer to remove the extension panel to allow the warm air to flow better. I added a magnet solar panel onto the roof of this car. This solar panel is a magnet, so it adheres to the steel roof of the car. And I connected a solar panel to the solar input terminal of the DC to DC charger, dual battery isolator. This is very simple. I just connected the DC cable to the charger. This is the left side of the car. There is a control panel for the Webasto FF heater. And the hot air outlet is located here. The hot air blows into the compartment under the bed, so the heated air is likely to be confined under the bed, so there should be a space to allow hot air to flow into the passenger compartment. So I removed one panel at this point to allow hot air to blow into the passenger compartment. Also, I put the passenger seat to the front side to make a space for hot air to blow into the passenger compartment. The refrigerator is standard equipment in this camper van. It's quite powerful. If you lower the temperature setting, it can even function as a freezer. I don't use the refrigerator so much, so I usually keep it turned off. Since I'm fine with room temperature water, I mainly use the refrigerator as a storage space for water and food. The FF heater is incredibly comfortable. Even in the middle of winter in Hokkaido, it's warm enough to sleep comfortably with it running. 2 years ago, I went skiing in Hokkaido. I didn't stay in a hotel even once. I slept comfortably in this camper van every night. I also keep the FF heater running while I sleep. Compared with a vehicle's engine exhaust, the exhaust from FF heater is generally considered to contain much lower levels of carbon monoxide, so the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is lower. However, the risk is not zero, so you should use it at your own risk. This year, I also spent nights in my camper van during heavy snowstorms in Hakuba Valley. At one point, I got worried, and during the night, I went outside to shovel snow away from the heater's exhaust pipe. However, because the exhaust gas from the FF heater is very hot, it seems it melts the surrounding snow by itself, so in practice, it doesn't appear to require much snow removal. I will show you power switches from the left, room light and refrigerator switch, USB power port, and cigar socket power port. And this is a switch for DC to AC inverter. The capacity is 1500 watts, so even a vacuum cleaner can be used. When the car is parked at the RV park, once the external AC power is connected to the inlet at the rear of the vehicle, the AC power is supplied directly to these AC outlets. At the same time, the sub-battery is charged through the AC to DC charger. The bed kit is not permanently attached to the vehicle. The bed panels simply rest on the top of the aluminum frame. They are not bolted or fixed to the vehicle body. Therefore, legally, this vehicle is registered as a cargo vehicle rather than a camper van. The bed kit is considered cargo. Since this car is Kei-class cargo vehicle, it goes the mandatory vehicle inspection every 2 years. I had the inspection done at an authorized Daihatsu dealership, and the bed kit was left in place. I was not asked to remove it for the This is 100 ampere hour sealed lead battery. There used to be a rear seat here, but it was removed and discarded. As a result, this entire area can now be used as a large storage space. When I bought this camper, the camper builder asked me whether I wanted to keep the rear seat or have it removed. As I asked them to discard the rear seat, so they removed the rear seat and completed the paperwork to change the seating capability on the vehicle registration from 4 seats to 2 seats. My 100 ampere hour sub-battery is more than enough for my needs. The FF heater draws a relatively high amount of power during startup, but once it's running, it only uses electricity for the blower fan, so its power consumption is quite low. Other than that, I only use electricity to charge my laptop and smartphone. For me, a 100 ampere hour battery is more than sufficient. I also have a solar panel installed on the roof, but in winter it is often covered with snow, so it doesn't generate much electricity. In summer, however, it produces plenty of power. I have ski racks mounted on the roof, but I rarely carry my skis on it. In very cold weather, the bindings can freeze and the skis almost get dirty from the road salt and slush if the skis are kept on the rooftop. I only use the roof rack when I'm making a short trip, such as driving between nearby ski resorts. Most of the time, I brush the snow off my skis and store them inside the camper. As you can see, there is a storage space that allows you to load long items from the rear of the vehicle. However, my 170 centimeters ski don't fit here. The skis hit the aluminum frame of the bed. Let me show you the driver's area. The driver's cabin is basically the same as the standard Atre van. However, there is a special switch. If I press this switch, the sub-battery supplies power to the audio system and TV instead of the starter battery. This is a very useful feature. You'll also notice the four-wheel drive selector switch here. This vehicle has a part-time four-wheel drive system. In two-wheel drive mode, it is a rear-wheel drive (RWD). In 4-wheel drive auto mode, the center coupling is automatically controlled. If the rear wheels begin to slip, power is automatically sent to the front wheels. In 4-wheel drive lock mode, the center coupling is locked to the maximum traction. I really appreciated how effective it was when I arrived at Tsugaike Kogen Ski Resort late at night and had to drive through snow that hadn't been snowplowed yet. I really like using this 12-volt electric kettle. I bought it from Amazon. It consumes only 80 watts, so at 12 volts it draws only 6 amperes. That's low enough that I don't have to worry about blowing a fuse. It takes about 30 minutes to boil 350 milliliters of water, which is perfect for eating a cup of instant noodles. If I boil water and pour it into a thermos, I can keep a large amount of hot water ready to use. Recently, I stay overnight in my camper. I've been eating oatmeal. Instant oats are very convenient because you can just pour hot water over them and they are ready to eat in a few minutes. As a Japanese person, I love eating rice, so I even had a rice cooker installed in my vehicle and cooked rice while traveling. However, even with an electric rice cooker, it still takes a lot of time and effort to cook rice properly. Oatmeal is much more convenient. It also seems healthier. That said, the taste is not very good. The oatmeal feels a bit like animal food or bird food. But if I add instant seasoning like ochazuke mix or pour over a pouch of curry, it becomes quite edible. I also keep chocolate spread and other spreads for toast in the vehicle. Recently, convenience store bread has become quite expensive recently, so plain sliced bread is still very cheap. So I spread something on it and I can eat quite cheaply. In conclusion, keeping oatmeal and bread spreads in the camper is very convenient. When you buy a camper, I think many people wonder whether or not they should install a toilet. In this kind of Kei-class camper like this one, a toilet room is not possible due to the limited space. But for me, this box is my toilet. This box contains emergency toilet supplies that I bought from Amazon, including plastic bags and solidifying agent. These were sold as emergency toilet kits for home use in the event of disasters such as earthquakes. This black plastic bag is relatively shallow, but it has a wide opening. Bags of this size are actually quite hard to find elsewhere. I think it's a good idea to buy this kind of toilet kits because of this reason. The usage is quite simple. First, I place the plastic bag over a box like those sold at 100 yen stores. Then I add the solidifying powder. After that, I squat down and use it for both urine and solid waste. This is how I use the toilet inside my camper. I use the toilet inside my camper like this, and it's very comfortable. On backcountry ski trips, there are often no toilet facilities available. Even in summer mountain hiking, toilets at trailheads are often extremely crowded. In situations like these, using plastic bag setup inside my own vehicle is far more convenient. I've been using this method for a long time. I think cassette toilets can be inconvenient because you need a proper place to empty the waste tank. On the other hand, with plastic bag waste, you can simply dispose of it in a trash bin, which makes it much more convenient. This Rakuneru camper comes with a large foldable desk as a standard equipment. As you can see, if you remove part of the bed panel, you can sit on the bed like on a bench or a chair. Then you can attach the desk like this. This is a rail for attachment to the desk. Like this sliding bar can be extended so that the desk can be fixed at a desired position. The latches of the desk can be locked to the rail and the foldable leg can be extended and the desk is completed. For a Kei-class camper like this, it's quite rare to have such a large desk installed as a standard equipment. Because you can work at the desk while sitting down on the bed, it's comfortable for using laptop and makes remote work inside this camper quite practical. Because I can stretch my legs underneath, it feels similar to sitting down at a traditional Japanese hori-gotatsu foot warmer. It's very comfortable even when sitting down for long periods of time. Thanks to the backrest, it's quite comfortable to sit down here. You can do remote work here. For a Kei camper, it's quite rare to have such a large desk like this. In larger campers, it's quite common to have a large desk or table. In addition to food, I have vitamin tablets and protein powder. After hiking, I feel that taking minerals such as magnesium along with protein helps my muscles recover faster and reduces soreness. Because of that, I keep vitamin and protein supplements in my vehicle. As a conclusion, I would like to talk about whether I can recommend camper like this to you or not. The base car Atre van is $12,000 and the completed camper, this Rakuneru completed camper, is $24,000. I think the price is rather expensive considering the price of the base car. One reason the price becomes higher is that it includes options such as these windows with built-in insect screens. A simple camper van with just a bed kit installed on a base vehicle would be much cheaper. Adding equipment such as air heater, FF heater increases the price. Personally, I'm very satisfied with this camper. It stays really warm even in midwinter. There's no need to stay in a hotel. I can sleep comfortably in this camper even in the middle of the winter. However, since this camper is significantly more expensive than the base vehicle, I think most people could simply use a van with a mountain sleeping bag, a portable power station, and an electric blanket and still sleep comfortably. On very cold mornings, you can just start the engine of your car and let it idle for heating. For Kei-class cars, idling fuel consumption is said to be about 500 milliliter per hour, which is roughly less than $1 per hour in cost. My Webasto FF heater, including the electrical system of sub-batteries and installation, costs around $3,000, so it is quite expensive. Recently, it has become possible to charge portable power stations directly from the vehicle's battery while driving. With a portable power station, it's also easy to swap or replace the unit. In contrast, sub-batteries of campers usually need to be serviced and replaced by bringing the vehicle back to the camper builder, so replacing the sub-battery can involve additional cost and effort. Since it's the off-season for skiing, I made a video about my camper. In winter, I upload backcountry skiing videos, so please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel.